Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our next session of Learning with Libertas. I am Selena Patton, the Libertas School Director, and I'm thrilled to be with you all here tonight. We're going to jump right in to our content. We always start these with just a few norms. We ask that everyone keeps muted until the end. And as I'm talking, if you have questions, please go ahead and put those into the chat box. I'll stop periodically to look at them and, of course, take time at the end to answer any questions that you may have. And the purpose of these sessions are to give succinct information to families who just found us, who might want to know a little bit about Libertas. And so we really try to keep these to 30 minutes. But if you are just finding us, we also do community events where parents are welcome to come, community members ask us any questions, and we spend a good deal of time making sure that those questions are answered. And of course, at any point, you can email or call me, and I'm happy to talk through any student-specific questions that you also may have. So tonight's topic is Libertas Academy and our frequently asked questions. So we have held community events bi-weekly, and during this time, we're getting a lot of the very same questions, which are all great questions. So I've consolidated those all here tonight so that I can go through them one at a time to hopefully help to answer any questions for families who may also have the same questions as you. So the first question we get most frequently asked is about our property. So what you see here on your screen is our land that we have purchased at 300 Rainbow Lake Road. So on the top left-hand corner of your screen, you see the design for our Forever building. So that construction will be ongoing throughout our first year of operation. So it will not be done until May of 2024, at the end of our first year, and we will open up and school will be running in that building for our second year. So right there on your screen, what you see is that red line, that is supposed to represent our property line. We are the property that right aligns with United Methodist Church, New Beginnings at 210 Rainbow Lake Road. At the back of their property, there's a couple of acres of land that are cleared that we have leased for the year, and we are going to put down prefabricated modulars. So that essentially is units that are going to be brought out to the property that have, 8 classrooms per unit, bathrooms on the inside. And so we will have 3 large units that come out to our property and that will be constructed there on that land. We will be in those for 1 year while we are completing our project. So it'll be an exciting year because we'll be able to see the property going up. We'll be able to give tours. And of course, at the end, we will do a celebration of our property being completed and inviting our families. So it is going to be an exciting year watching our property being developed. Here is a picture of the architectural design of our building. Our building really reflects who we are. We are a classical curriculum school. And so what you see here on your screen is that design of our 2-story building where we will be a K-8 school. So year 1, we are kindergarten through 6th grade. We will add 1 grade level a year through K-8. So let's get into some more questions. So we talk a lot about who we are as a charter and why we exist. To have a charter, you have to offer something different than what is offered from your local district. So we offer core knowledge curriculum. Core knowledge is a nationally known curriculum that has been around since the 1980s. It is not to be confused with Common Core. That is a very different idea. Those concepts are not included in our curriculum. But what you see on your screen is just a collection of research that has been done when this curriculum has been utilized throughout the nation. There on the top part of your screen, you see an article that was written about it in the New York Times. This curriculum was implemented in the inner city Bronx in New York, in one of the lowest performing schools that quickly became the highest performing school in several years. And so it's just had a great impact on academic performance nationally. A school locally in Anderson County uses core knowledge, Belton Prep, and they have consistently outperformed the state, and they are a Title I school. They are a charter school, and that is a school that also uses this curriculum. So again, having a really high level of success rate. Core knowledge really emphasizes more books in hands for students. So really looking at a little bit back to the basics in education. So really focusing on good reading, writing, skills and strategies for students. And so our school, again, as I said, it really reflects who we are. We have a school library that will be located in the heart of our building. And in that library, we'll have a lot of curriculum materials, of course, that align with what we're teaching in the classroom. So novels. So it's really important that who we are is really reflected in our learning environment. So we're really excited about our library that will be in our second year property, of course, our forever home. Another really great thing about core knowledge for families is that core knowledge makes itself very transparent. Parents often ask me, will certain concepts be in our curriculum? What books will we be reading? All great questions. So this curriculum allows for a lot of transparency. You can go onto this website, click the link, and you can read every grade level. You can see the curriculum, you know what concepts are being taught and what books we'll use. So it really does promote itself to being beneficial, not just, of course, for the teachers who teach it, but for the families to understand what your children are being learning. So this is something I have never seen another curriculum do. So I encourage you to take advantage of that, go in, read about it, learn about this curriculum. Another unique feature of who we are is core virtues. So we really want to emphasize character education. You're going to hear us say our mission is to develop the next generation of American citizens. And what we mean is that we really want to promote character education and what that looks like for students in a school. And we really are just reinforcing the concepts that you teach at home as families. So what does it mean to be respectful? What does it mean to be responsible? From kindergarten through sixth grade. So what that looks like for kindergarten might be different than sixth grade, but we still want to encourage that kind of behavior in our school. And we really believe in being unashamedly patriotic. And that really does mean that we really just believe that we live in one of the greatest nations of the world. We are not a perfect nation, but we really were founded on the idea that we are and a society who takes care of our people and cares for one another. And we look at historical figures and the way in which they did that, whether it was through honesty, generosity, perseverance, grit. Those are things that we are going to reinforce at school and what those behaviors look like as a school community. So really proud to be able to have that as part of what we do every day. Another layer of our curriculum. So core knowledge really emphasizes reading, writing, history, and science. And Eureka Math is our other curriculum. Eureka Math is also a nationally known curriculum that most often when you find core knowledge, you find Eureka Math being utilized in a school. So again, it's a nationally known curriculum. It comes with a lot of research to show it how impactful it is academically. So we are really excited to be able to implement that in our school as well. So let's dive into some of those more student-specific questions that I have gotten from the community. So the first question is learning styles. I get a lot of questions about students with disabilities who have IEPs, students who speak English as a second language, and whether we will have services and programs in place for them. And my answer is a yes, of course we will. We are a public school, so we do have to abide by state and federal laws. And so we will really be building those programs around our students and their needs. The next question I get is about transportation. It's a very rare concept that a charter school offers transportation, but we do. We're really proud to be able to do that. We have purchased 3 buses. One will be kind of the bus that we use for field trips and to be an alternate bus. 2 buses will run every morning and every afternoon. We will ask our families where they are located and where we will do pickups will be more central locations. We call them community stops. We will get as close to your neighborhood as possible. Ask that you meet us there. Should you want transportation, you will sign an agreement that you will meet us there. It could be a local church nearby, a shopping center. We're really going to do a lot of that work right now during the enrollment phase. So as you are filling out your enrollment paperwork, you are being asked whether or not you want transportation. So if you click the box yes, we will be in contact with you about what that looks like for you. Lunches, of course, in year 1, we don't have a cafeteria yet. So we are asking that families send students packed lunches. We hope to offer things like food trucks and maybe pizza lunches and other things to give families options. But without a cafeteria in the first year, we certainly will get creative in what we get to offer our kids so that we can break things up a little bit. But we will, of course, keep some things on hand for students who might need that, forgot a lunch or didn't bring one, or if you have difficulties and need that help, we certainly want to partner with you and help you in that way. We certainly don't want any of our children being hungry. But in year two, we will have a fully functional cafeteria, and we'll be able to offer that to our students. Policies for attendance requirements, discipline, bullying. Those are all things that we are working on currently. So we will have a handbook for all of our families. We do, again, have to follow state law as required for attendance. And so those things will be spelled out for our families to be able to understand and know about our school prior to us starting. Safety, that is an incredibly important question we get. That was one of the first things I did as I took over this job, was to meet with the sheriff's office and to get started on making sure we have an SRO in place. And I have been told we will have that all year long. And whenever students are in the building, our SRO will be in the building, and they're hired through the sheriff's office. We will have a sheriff's vehicle in front of our school every day. So we're really excited to have that partnership with the sheriff's office for those safety measures, and that way will be accounted for. We also have done work with the sheriff's office and will continue to look at other safety measures that we need to account for our building. Our fire chief is aware as well. And so we will be doing some roundtable meetings this summer to really look at those safety measures, the policies, and then, of course, trainings for our staff. Another layer to us is that we offer uniforms. So there's a lot of research to prove how uniforms are impactful with students, both in the way of discipline and in just leveling the playing field. When students are not worried about the brands they wear, they can focus more on their academics. And so our uniforms will be offered to our families through an online store. We have athletic wear polo tops that have our logo on them. They're red or navy. Students will have to wear red or navy, I'm sorry, not red, khaki or navy pants to go along with their uniform tops. Those also can be purchased through our store. I believe the top and bottom is about $18. So if you've ever bought back to school clothing before, you know that's a pretty good deal. So we're really excited to be able to offer a uniform store and variety to our families. So how many students can we enroll? So we are not associated with Spartanburg District 2, so we can only take 600 kids. So we will have 25 students per classroom. So in the lower grades, that student to teacher ratio is 2 to 25 in kindergarten and first, because we have teacher assistants in all of our kindergarten and first grade classrooms. In our second grade classroom, we have one floating assistant who will be shared amongst those classrooms. So our ratio always stays within that realm. And also, again, not taking more students than we are able to. So we will always keep that ratio down 25 and under. School hours. So we will run from 8 to 3:30. We are a longer school day. Our kids go to PE every single day, and they go to art or music. So they leave the classroom twice. And then we also incorporate science and social studies every single day. So most schools, you'll find that they alternate those concepts, but we really believe in going deeper with them. It enhances the reading skills, the writing skills. So we offer those components to all of our students every single day. Buses, how will they operate? I mentioned that we will do community stops, and how they operate will really be tailored to the need in the community. And so we'll be sending that information out. Sports, we of course are going to really grow out our sports programs. We are a school that offers PE every day. And so we have 4 PE teachers that will begin with us in year 1. And so there's just a lot of room for growth in our sports programming. Students who will be typically go to PE every once a week in a traditional school will come to their PE teacher every day of the week. So our PE teachers are incredibly excited about the opportunity for what they can grow out. So I think you'll see that organically grow over time based on what our students' desires and what our community wants. And so year 2, we will have a soccer field, but we certainly can get creative with what's available in the community, leasing fields. So we are excited about the sports programming that we can grow, and we certainly will prioritize that. School calendar on our website. If you go to the About tab, right underneath, there's a calendar link, and you can look at our school calendar. We are aligned very closely to Spartanburg too, and that is because we have parents who have maybe a child in the elementary school, but is still going to Bowling Springs High School. So we don't want them on two different schedules. The only difference being is that we will not have election day off because we are not going to be a voting site, but we will have a week at Thanksgiving. So if you want to take a look at our school calendar, I would encourage you to do so. And then PTO. So we certainly will have a PTO. Parents are an incredibly important part of a school. And so we will be working to structure that and looking for families who want to be a part of that. So we're really excited to be able to implement that. And so I get the question often is, where do our students go after sixth grade? They'll grow with us. So after sixth grade, our sixth graders become seventh graders. We will have room for them. The building you see here goes kindergarten to eighth grade. So we have room to grow to eighth. And have had parents who've said, will you build a 4K or will you build a high school? That really will be contingent on what our families want. I think the opportunities for Libertas is really limitless in what our families want us to be able to grow and do. So we're excited for that. And then I get another question is, well, then how much does it cost to attend? It does not cost you anything outside of the cost for uniforms. We will never charge tuition. We are a public school, so it is just bound by numbers. So it's first come, first serve for our. And so then that leads me to this final question. It can be a little confusing about our process. It's part of charter school law about spots. And so we've currently offered the spots for families who found us before April 15th. We offered those spots to them. If you've filled out our application, you've seen that's maybe 4 or 5 questions, and we don't ask very much. And that was really just to indicate, did you want to send your child? Well, now we're in the phase of parents now have to enroll and go through that kind of traditional process of giving us more information. We'll start requesting records. And so all of the families who previously applied have gotten their spots and have been offered. If families decide that maybe it's not the right year, or for whatever reason, we've had families who've said, we were planning to move the area and are not, then spots become available again. And so we will continue to offer the spots to children who apply. So if you have not yet applied, please do. We do have spots available in different grade levels. So, and if somebody weren't to take their spot, we could quickly offer it to a family should we have a grade level that is filled. So, but once we get to 600, you go on a wait list, and the only way in which a family is able to get a spot is if a spot opens. So we're really excited that we are filling quickly and that the community has been very supportive of us. And so that brings us to the end of our Learning with Libertas. Again, these sessions are meant to be quick and efficient ways to communicate information, but I certainly don't want anybody to feel rushed or feel as though they didn't have their question answered. So please feel free to reach out to me individually if you still have questions. I'm glad to have those calls with you. We are also going to be continuing to host community events where families can come out and meet our staff, ask us questions. And so we will be doing that work and continuing to put that information out on social media. So I just appreciate your time and watching this recording. And I hope that you all have a good rest of your day. And please, again, feel free to reach out anytime. Thank you so much.